and also from my much-missed grandmother, who cared so much for the natural world. In times of loss, it is a comfort to honor those we miss through the work we do.
Despite its secretive nature, the British royal family has always maintained both traditional laws and fair distribution patterns of inheritance until now. Queen Elizabeth II wrote a will before her death, which King Charles and Queen Camilla refused to acknowledge. What leads King Charles and Queen Camilla to insist on keeping the Queen's will contents hidden? What commands did Her Majesty put in it that prompted William to push for it to be carried out? Join us as we take a dive into what Queen Elizabeth's last wishes were and how Camilla refuses to honor them. The Queen's final wishes. Queen Elizabeth II displayed wisdom alongside dedicated service and strong familial and national duty throughout her reign. According to royal tradition, she drafted her will meticulously to distribute her assets, including wealth, jewelry, estates, and royal possessions, among those she loved. After Queen Elizabeth's passing on September 8, 2022, the royal family chose to lock up her final wishes so the public could not see nor know them. The royal family has protected their wills from public exposure through legal examination for more than 100 years. The concealment of the late Queen's final wishes has ignited numerous questions about her intentions as well as King Charles and Queen Camilla's refusal to fulfill them. Queen Elizabeth's will has received much attention regarding the distribution of her extensive jewelry collection, and experts placed its value to be more than $100 million. People assumed that Princess Kate would get the largest portion of the collection as her inheritance because the late Queen had expressed her desire for Kate to become the future Queen Consort. Insider information from the royal family reveals that Camilla has acquired multiple precious jewels and kept them for herself, which ran against the Queen's original plans. Also, there have been multiple reports confirming that the Queen included Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in her will, even though they chose to depart as royals. Sources claim she wanted to provide personal gifts and financial assistance to her estranged grandson, as well as his children. But now, the tension between the royal family and the Sussexes continues to grow because Prince Harry and Meghan Markle never received their supposed royal inheritance from the Queen. The tension in the royal family amongst its members is at an all-time high due to Prince William's unwavering commitment to upholding his grandmother's instructions. According to reports, the future King of England refuses to believe his father and stepmother would actively try to defy the Queen's final wishes. What is the reason behind Charles and Camilla's unwillingness to follow orders? What exactly is Camilla hiding while Prince William works to reveal underlying secrets? Camilla's hold on the crown. The royal family has never embraced Camilla Parker Bowles willingly. Some would even say they regard her as a stain against their clean slate. Since the moment she became Prince Charles's mistress and achieved Queen Consort status, she has endured continuous criticism during that journey. People continue to blame Camilla for Diana's death, which threatened the royal throne despite her marriage to Charles. Since she became Queen Consort, she has acquired important power, which lets her influence her husband, King Charles III. Multiple reports suggest that Camilla actively participates in maintaining the secrecy of the Queen's will. But why? Why would Camilla ignore the late Queen Elizabeth's death instructions to serve her own interests? Some experts believe the will listed royal properties and assets that Camilla wishes to possess and manage. A substantial inheritance from Queen Elizabeth to Prince William and Princess Kate would diminish Camilla's power across the royal family. Balmoral Castle stands as one of Queen Elizabeth's most prized possessions, which has become a significant source of dispute. Queen Elizabeth supposedly intended to leave Balmoral to her great-grandson Prince William to continue the royal legacy through direct bloodline royal heirs. According to reports, Camilla and Charles have managed to push past the written will to pursue a different arrangement for royal estate distribution. Some people believe Queen Elizabeth put conditions in her will that determined Camilla's place within the royal family. Public records show Queen Elizabeth never fully endorsed Camilla's position as queen consort. Does the royal will include any restrictions about Camilla's power and status? Her adamant refusal to disclose the will may then have a possible explanation for it if the rumors are true. Unlike his father, Prince William had demanded public access to his grandmother's will to serve as a tribute to her legacy rather than solely relating to tangible possessions. But will he continue with his demand when the king is going through a critical health crisis? King Charles' health battle. In early 2024, doctors diagnosed King Charles III that he had cancer less than a year after treating him for another condition.
Out of Buckingham Palace, King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer.
CBS News correspondent Ian Lee is in London with the King's condition and what this means.
The nation, together with the royal family, was shocked to have learned about his diagnosis. Mind you, he was 75 when he got the diagnosis. It was medically recommended for the king to reduce his workload. In compliance with the advice given, the king drew away from public responsibilities, yet maintained his roles in handling state matters and governmental paperwork. The king decided to disclose his medical information to stop rumors and raise cancer awareness. He still participated in state business, although he received ongoing outpatient treatment, and he also regularly receives his daily official papers from government representatives. His absence from royal duties created doubts about his future participation in active monarch duties. Not helping were the rumors spreading that the king might step down from power, as he had previously considered passing the crown to Prince William. However, time has shown that Charles plans to maintain his royal position indefinitely. During this stressful period, Prince William showed remarkable dedication, which won over the hearts of British citizens. His dedication to royal service intensified after his wife Catherine got a cancer diagnosis. People saw William as the rock of the monarchy, similar to what his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, maintained during her reign. The public interest in Prince William grew to surpass King Charles's popularity because people continued to hold resentment against Charles's controversial history with Queen Camilla. Despite King Charles and Princess Catherine's shared cancer journey, the king showed reluctance to acknowledge her future position as queen. The king gave Princess Catherine the royal title of Companion of Honor, but he purposely avoided any conversations about her future role as queen. Camilla did not help matters, as she did not offer counseling or advice to Catherine. Instead, she chose to maintain the monarch's established roles and social structure. Time continued to reshape how every member of the royal family interacted with one another. The lack of official information about King Charles's health status led people to question whether his reign would be short-lived. While the public kept on thinking Charles' reign may be short, he had already done things that had caused public shock and even got his siblings' disapproval. What did he do? Princess Anne and royal horses. Upon Queen Elizabeth II's death, her prize horses became King Charles III's property. The equestrian passion that had fueled Queen Elizabeth's rule for years was absent in King Charles long before he became a monarch. He wasted no time, as he sold 14 horses from his late mother's collection during October 2022, which includes the last horse winner she owned before her death. These announcements startled the public even more when the monarch continued by selling 29 horses, which brought in more than 2.25 million euros. Queen Camilla then took charge of running the royal stables after King Charles stepped away from equestrian activities. Yes, it was jumping from fry pan to fire. Her decision to sell more horses without telling her family members triggered a major controversy. Princess Anne, who remains dedicated to equestrian pursuits along with maintaining traditional royal values, became angry when she found out about Camilla's actions. Right after discovering the situation, she quickly acted to stop the horse sales and regain ownership of all remaining horses. Princess Anne responded harshly toward the Queen Consort about the horse-selling incident worsening the already poor relationship between them. Throughout their time together, Princess Anne maintained a minimal closeness with Camilla due to their contradictory perspectives on royal duties and their unfavorable relationship dynamics. By taking control of the royal stables, Anne demonstrated that Queen Elizabeth's love for horses would continue to thrive even as Camilla gained power. But we've digressed from the main issue. Why is the Queen's will locked up? Is it all just to get and keep the assets all to themselves? The sealed will mystery. Queen Elizabeth II's will emerged as one of the key hidden aspects leading up to her death that captivated public attention. The royal tradition mandated that the will be sealed for 90 years to hide its contents from public and family knowledge. The secretive royal tradition of protecting assets through sealing documents has created multiple theories about Queen Elizabeth's desired final arrangements. According to some sources, Prince William wants to show his grandmother's last testament to the public before the 90-year rule comes to an end. His objective to make the royal family more transparent and accessible in modern Britain stands in opposition to King Charles's traditional methods for preserving age-old customs. Queen Elizabeth distributed all her total possessions to her heirs. King Charles, being the heir apparent, received most of his grandmother's wealth, but other allocation details remain undisclosed. The challenge from Prince William to inspect the hidden will could redefine traditional royal traditions by changing how future royal family members distribute inheritance. The disclosure of the will might unintentionally create unwanted effects among members of royalty. Dissatisfaction about asset distribution among specific family members could expand current familial tensions. Everyone wonders if Prince William plans to break royal tradition by sharing the contents of the will or following established customs. Throughout many centuries, the British royal family has maintained a long-standing tradition to seal their wills for a period of 90 years. The will of Queen Elizabeth II follows the same tradition of secrecy. Yes, it is known that Prince William holds plans that differ from previous royal traditions regarding wills. His plans to transform the monarchy have led people to speculate that he may make a bold move by making his grandmother's will public knowledge. Royal wills have always received sealing orders to protect privacy and reduce inheritance conflicts. The historical practice of sealing protected royal wealth distribution information and inheritance details from any form of public scrutiny. The modern ideological stance adopted by Prince William challenges the traditional system of keeping royal wills secret. His father, King Charles, follows the traditional approach, but Prince William seeks to build a monarchy that better aligns with modern British public expectations. Royal inheritances may experience fundamental shifts if William decides to make the will public. The Queen's will, including her vast fortune, consisting of estate properties, jewels, and financial investments, remains under constant public scrutiny. The fact that there is an absence of probate procedures for royals as compared to private citizens creates a lot of issues as to what exactly are they trying to prevent: the public knowing their assets, or their family having an inheritance conflict. If William ever decides to share the will to the public, his actions will definitely reshape the expectations placed on the royals to be accountable to the public. People had consistently shown increasing interest in finding the sources of royal wealth and its distribution methods. The disclosure of Queen Elizabeth's will by William represents an initial move toward increased royal transparency. Such a decision would receive opposition from senior royals determined to uphold traditional standards. And by senior royals, how does his father and stepmother feel about William demanding they reveal the will of his grandmother? King Charles and Camilla's stand. The royal choice of Prince William stands in contrast to King Charles III's commitment to established monarchy customs. His position as heir to Queen Elizabeth gives him the power to enforce the tradition of sealing royal wills. King Charles demonstrates greater dedication to monarchy traditions, unlike his son, since he strongly opposes disclosing the will. When Charles took the throne at age 73, he had to navigate between traditional ways and forward-thinking ideas. The king has worked during his reign to carry forward his mother's legacy without introducing any extensive changes. In his perspective, the disclosure of the will exceeds his comfort level. As per his beliefs, letting the will remain sealed protects both royal stability and avoids unwanted public attention. Queen Camilla also actively abides by his decision, although no surprise there. Being his trusted companion, she always stood behind all of Charles's decisions, and this time, it included keeping Queen Elizabeth's will under wraps. The strong influence Camilla holds over Charles is widely known. She acts as a major influence on his governance style. From her perspective, the disclosure of the will risks sparking family disputes and the public demanding accountability. Within the monarchy, Camilla faces strong opposition because of her history. Her increased popularity has not stopped critics from questioning her position in the royal family. According to some observers, she maintains her stands to safeguard both her personal goals and those of her husband and the monarchy from outside influence. Although it is of no surprise to the public, Camilla has always been hated. Why is that? Let's do a quick recap of why she was not liked at all. Why the public dislikes Camilla. Since her appearance in royal society, Camilla has earned status as the most controversial personality in British historical royal records. The general public disapproves of Camilla's role as queen consort. Most people think she lacks the qualifications for the position, and her previous conduct has reinforced their negative opinion. Camilla first met King Charles during the 1970s. Their romantic relationship became infamous when it tied to Princess Diana's marriage and tragic outcome. During an interview, Diana told the world, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded."
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
It was about the ongoing affair between Charles and Camilla throughout their marriage while she was his wife. The public's anger following this disclosure resulted in strong negative feelings toward Camilla, which never seems to fade. Following Diana's death in 1997, Camilla continued to face challenges in gaining public approval. The royal family controlled her public image by keeping her out of the spotlight for multiple years. British citizens never let go of their resentment toward Camilla for her role in the Charles-Diana-Camilla triangle. The 1993 Camilla-Gate phone call scandal between Charles and Camilla hardened public opinion into viewing her as the face behind Diana's marital dissolution and made them more disgusted by her. People considered these recordings and her manner of speaking inappropriately for someone who would one day become queen. The recording featured one of the worst things said by a royal in history when Charles expressed his desire to serve as Camilla's tampon. This national embarrassment led to further public scorn against her. Before their marriage in 2005, Camilla and Charles made an agreement for her to use the title Princess Consort instead of Queen Consort to honor Diana's legacy. But in 2022, Queen Elizabeth II openly favored Camilla's position as Queen Consort, although this declaration was not met favorably by the public. The public holds less favorable views about Camilla when compared with other prominent members of the royal family. The world seems to treat and see Camilla's royal presence as a symbol of previous scandals rather than a beneficial influence for unity or stability. Many citizens who revered Diana struggled to view Camilla as an appropriate royal successor because of the work done by the late princess. Many criticized the decision to place Camilla next to Charles at his coronation in 2023 because they felt Diana's memory was not properly honored. Many view Camilla as an object that ruined and destroyed what Diana stands for to the public. Criticism seems to continue to target Queen Consort Camilla beyond her historical scandals and controversies. The Queen Consort fails to match Diana's worldwide charm and affection during royal meetings. Public perception criticizes Camilla because she showcases an unapproachable disposition. She stands apart from contemporary royals who have adopted modern ways by maintaining a traditional style that society views as out of date. Her exclusive social networking choices created distance between her and the general public. The way she deals with palace personnel has drawn widespread criticism. According to various reports, Camilla apparently expects workers to show her great respect, while certain sources state she benefits from advantages unavailable to other royal family members. The negative impact on Camilla's public image remains strong due to reports that she acts coldly toward royal staff members. Reports indicate that Camilla faces ongoing tensions with multiple royal family members, but most significantly with Prince William and Prince Harry, because they both profoundly miss their mother. The public distrust grew deeper after Harry's memoir, Spare, accused Camilla of giving confidential details to the press for her self-improvement. Critics maintain that Camilla continues to display conduct appropriate for Charles's mistress rather than his wife. She breaks royal protocol during various events as she seeks to preserve her persona instead of behaving as a member of the royal family. A significant number of observers saw that she received Queen benefits while avoiding the royal duties that Queen Elizabeth, as well as Princess Diana, maintained. There exists evidence pointing to the fact that Camilla directs Charles's choices for her own public standing at the expense of royal obligations. Even going further, she attempted to place her family and people, who were on her side, into important royal positions, which created concerns that she prioritized her personal interests over sustaining stability for the monarchy. Will Prince William ever break away from tradition to release his grandmother's will? And will Camilla ever be accepted fully by the public? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.